Hey everyone, welcome back to Talks with Crissy J. I am your host, Crissy J, and today's topic is one that I think many of us need to dive deep into, and that's value. Specifically, the value of a woman in relationships. What defines a woman's value, and is it okay to hold yourself to a higher standard, even if the person that you're with doesn't recognize or appreciate it? So these are just some important questions that we're going to get into in today's episode. But before we dive in, make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss any future episodes. Hit that like button so the algorithm shares it out to others who could possibly resonate with today's topic. And then comment below and let's keep the conversation going. So whether you're single, dating, or married, understanding your value and where it comes from can change how you view yourself and your relationships. By the end of this episode today, I hope that you'll feel empowered to stand confidently in your own worth and embrace the standards that you set for yourself. So I've been having this conversation as of late, and I've been having it with men, funny enough, and it's very interesting hearing their perspective on this topic as it relates to a woman and her value. It seems as though men are very confident in placing value on a woman, and whatever they feel her value is should also be what she feels her value is. And I was like, this is a good topic to bring to the platform. So here we are. So get comfortable, get cozy, and let's go ahead and jump into today's episode. Now, when we talk about a woman's value, there's no one size fits all answer when it comes to this topic. The value that we carry as women is layered, shaped by many different factors. There's personal growth, our sense of integrity, the boundaries that we set for ourselves, and even the self-respect that we hold. And I want to start by saying this: a woman's value should never be defined solely by what others think of her. True value comes from within. For so long, women have been told to define their worth by certain roles that they play as mothers, daughters, partners, employees, and the list goes on. And while those roles are very meaningful, they don't entirely define who we are. A woman's value is rooted in her ability to respect herself, to grow, and to recognize what she brings to the table in any relationship. Your kindness and resilience, your intelligence, these are all qualities that are just as valuable as the roles you play. Now let's get into setting standards for ourselves. Holding ourselves to a higher standard is one of the most powerful things a woman can do. But I know that it can be tough when you feel like others don't see your value or think that you're asking too much. Maybe you've been in situations where you've held yourself to a standard that others found unrealistic or too high, like that "who does she think she is" type, right? But setting high standards isn't about pushing others away. It's just about honoring yourself and the life that you envision. Setting standards is also about respecting your boundaries. And when you respect yourself, you naturally draw boundaries around what you will and won't accept. And that's empowering. If we don't hold ourselves to a standard, then how can we expect others to treat us with respect that we deserve? Standards are just rules. I think people kind of put too much emphasis on standards. They're a reflection of how we see ourselves, like our point of view of ourselves. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you're dating someone who doesn't treat you with the respect that you feel you deserve, right? Maybe they don't show up when they say they will. Or maybe they're just not as committed to the relationship as you are. And deep down, you feel that they're not valuing who you are. So when you set a high standard for yourself, you recognize that you deserve more than they're giving. You start to see that this person may not be meeting your expectations, and that's okay to admit. So by holding firm to your standards, you're sending a message to yourself and to others that you're worth respect, you're worth honesty, and you're worth the commitment. I don't like the mindset that a lot of men have towards women that they feel aren't a certain value, right? So like they say, oh, she's this type of woman for the streets. That's the terminology that they use. She's for the streets. Okay, so if you think that of her, that's fine. That's your opinion of her. But if she holds herself to a higher standard and feels that she's worth more and doesn't feel that you fit that, right? Now it's like she's being degraded by you, or she's not valuable enough, or who does she think she is, because you're feeling like you're top tier. And she kind of feels like, well, she would be settling or bringing herself down, right? To date you or to even deal with you on any level. And that's all in the value that the men have for themselves. Like if you feel you're worth this and she feels you're worth that, it's like, okay, who's right and who's wrong here? It's all in what you put on yourself. What is your value? What are you worth? I can't tell you what you're worth. You can't tell me what I'm worth. And I think that's where it gets misconstrued. People want to always dictate someone else's, self-worth and value. And it's like, mind your business and worry about you, your standards, and what value you have on yourself, and let them worry about them. And so with that being said, I want to say that it's not your responsibility to shrink yourself to fit into someone else's comfort zone. You don't have to lower your standards or compromise your values to make someone else feel comfortable. So when you feel that your value is being questioned or diminished, that's a sign to take a step back, reevaluate the situation, and ask yourself, does this relationship honor who I am? Am I being respected and valued in the way that I deserve? It's very important to communicate with your partner and express how you feel. And sometimes they may not even realize the impact of their words or actions. However, if you find that your relationship continues to fall short of what you know you deserve, then it may be time to consider moving on. No one deserves to be in a relationship that constantly makes them question their worth. So to every woman listening today, I want to remind you that your value is not defined by what others see in you. It's simply defined by what you see in yourself. Embracing your worth and standing by your standards can be one of the most challenging yet rewarding things that you'll ever do. It's okay to be firm in your expectations. It's okay to demand respect and to walk away from anything or anyone that doesn't align with the person that you're becoming. So remember, setting standards isn't about thinking you're better than others. It's about knowing that you're enough. And if someone in your life doesn't see that or appreciate that, it doesn't change your worth. You're valuable because you're you, and there's absolutely no one in the world like you other than you. So thank you so much for joining me on Talks with Crissy J. I hope you all enjoyed this episode and it has given some encouragement and insight into defining and honoring your own value. Remember, you are worth every ounce of respect, love, and commitment you desire. So hold your head high, keep those standards strong, and let your value shine through. Until next time, take care, stay strong, and remember your worth.